brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Cowboys and the Bears, and it's all up next.
This is playoff football in Chicago. The cold, the wind, the snow, and these Bear fans wouldn't have it any other way here inside historic Soldier Field. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Chicago Bears. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that has... The Bears defense ready to go to work here in this NFC divisional round matchup. And the heart and soul of this crew all season long has been this man at linebacker.
And it's been a dream season so far. His guys are the #1 seed, and they're at home. They got the week off to kind of recharge for this playoff run, but you do have to worry about rust, especially early on these first few drives.
A run there on first down gets him a yard to the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Second down, Prescott. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And out across midfield, down to the 45. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll try to throw now. Prescott able to hit his target limb. And he's got this down to the 35. His first catch of the divisional round goes for a first down. He had 5 catches last week in their wild card win. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Prescott. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. They wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Under pressure, they got him again. Calais Campbell providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard.
Back out is the Bears defense. They've got the 3-0 advantage here as this next drive starts. 1st and 10.
Hey, kill! 47!
On first and 10. Prescott can't get away, and he's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Prescott down.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary. Oh, Prescott stripped.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
And caught up to him.
The Chicago defensive unit back out there. Their guys have the lead here in this first half. They'll try to further the cause on their end as this drive begins first and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he powers his way up past the 30.
Holding offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. Looking to throw. Prescott escapes the sack. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's third and long. To throw is Prescott. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Calais Campbell. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Back out is the Bears defense. And after their guys were forced to punt a moment ago, they'll try to force one of their own here as this drive begins with a first down.
First down, Prescott.
That is caught by Lamb.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Prescott.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
That's dumped off to Pollard.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The Chicago defensive unit back out there. They hold the lead here in this 3rd quarter, but every drive important in a one-score game as this one begins 1st and 10 here.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level. Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Jadeveon Clowney picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Back out is the Bears defense. They'll try to get the football right back to their offense who just punted. So now they'll try to force a punt themselves. It's 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Prescott off play action. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Chicago defensive unit back out there. They've pitched the shutout here into the 4th quarter. Been sensational. The question, can they finish it off? They'll need to come up with another stop here.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Here's Prescott.
Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert.
It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself, you don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on fourth down. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
Back out is the Bears defense. They've been the better of the two sides so far. They've got the 2-score lead here in this fourth quarter as they try to see this one through to the finish. Now Prescott. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Here's Prescott.
Oh, Prescott stripped, and this is picked up by the Bears.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through, and that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out.
The Bears will fight on another week as we say so long, everybody.